Hi guys, my name is Brittany. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my beginning of June garden tour. I'm going to get some weeds out of the garden and just kind of take you along with me. So let's get to it. I only have this shovel, let me show you, this flat edge shovel with me today because my husband does landscaping and he told me that the best way to remove weeds out of the garden is to use a hoe, but alas, he's working and he has the hoe with him. So here I am with my flat edge shovel, and we're gonna see how well it works to take care of the weeds. All right, so quick little update. My husband just called me, and that's why the video got cut a little bit short. And, well, actually I called him first and I asked, hey, did you leave me a hoe? Because you know, he does landscaping and I knew he was going to be removing some weeds today. So he called back and he told me actually he did, but this is what I have working with. Hey, it's what I have and it's going to work. And who needs a new stick when you got half a stick and it's still going to work? So I'm going to try to get some good footage. I'm waiting on my tripod to come in the mail, so we'll see how good the footage is and let's see it. All right, so here we go. So just to show you guys what I'm doing, I'm kind of using like this corner and just raking out all the leaves. So, I mean all the weeds. So I'm just gonna throw this over in the yard. As long as it's not in my garden bed, I don't really care. So I'm gonna continue doing this. Some of these weeds are deeper than others, so the deeper ones are a little bit harder to get out. I should probably be wearing some gloves, but that's all right. I have to be really careful with where I stand because I have lots of little plants, one right here behind me, and so I want to make sure I'm not killing any of them. And since my plants are so tiny, they the weeds look like plants. So whenever my husband has extra materials from his landscaping, he brings them home and we try to use them in the garden. So all of this mulch you see was extras from a customer's house that we didn't need all the mulch, and it's undyed mulch because I would rather not have dyed mulch near my plants. There's some more mulch over here, a little tiny pile that we had left over, but that I believe is brown mulch. But it's not a huge deal. At least I hope not. Gotten a good bit of these weeds partially up. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just need to be able to tell what are plants and what aren't. Once the plants start growing in more, we'll have less weeds. But this area here, I didn't intend to make a garden bed, but I keep getting more and more plants, so it keeps getting extended. Well, not I keep germinating, I should say, because Why not? Even though it's June, we have a little bit of a late start. That's fine. I don't mind. We'll catch up. Trying to get all this stuff done in the mornings. Trying to make my videos in the mornings. Maybe at night as well. But definitely not during the day when it's, you know, super hot. Because I live in Virginia and it gets 90, 100 sometimes. It's so humid. I just hate the heat. All right, got a good bit of weeds. Not all of them, but that's okay. We don't need to have them all done. Whew, that got me a little hot. So now I'm going to turn on the water so that I can water some of these plants because it was supposed to rain last night and it did rain, but it did not rain very much. And I didn't water my plants yesterday because I said, oh, it's supposed to rain. But here we are, and it barely has rained. So let me flip you guys around so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So here I'm watering my plants. This is my June garden. I have kind of a small garden going on right now. Have some little guys that are outside of the patch, but that's okay. Have one over here. Couldn't even find it. Guess I didn't do a good enough job on the weeds yet. But this mulch definitely helps so that I don't have to water as often, which is a big, big help because I'm not the best at watering. We'll see. I'm hoping that by making these videos, I will be paying better attention to my garden. I made a video yesterday or the day before showing you guys my plants, but unfortunately the video quality wasn't very good, so this is kind of a remake. But this tomato plant right now that I'm watering, that one I was given. You can see by the little tag that it was bought in a store. And the rest of them I started by seed. Well, except these pepper plants that I'm watering right now. All the pepper plants were also given to me. But if you take a look at my pepper plants, I'll give you a close-up in a second. They all are missing the top leaves. I don't know what has eaten them or what has happened to them, but I'm going to see if I can get a close-up so you can kind of take a look. I'm just gonna let the water go for a second. All right, so here is pepper plant 1, 2, 3, 4. They do have some new growth going, so that's good. I don't see any pests, but wow, these leaves just came right off. I don't know. We did have kind of a heavy rainfall, so I'm wondering if that could have been it. But I want to show you guys my strawberry plants over here. Oh, there's a weed popping in this one. Oh, yeah, that's a weed. Let's get that guy out. Have a little baby. Oh, something ate it. Oh my, look at that. Something ate my first little strawberry. It's very mushy. Maybe I waited too long. It was so tiny, so I didn't know. But now we know, pick earlier. But these little strawberry guys, oh, here's another one. Look, some bug was on it. Let me get back to watering. So those strawberry plants I got as live plants from Baker Creek. And they came and they were looking really good when they came. I was honestly surprised because they had been in the mail for a few days. But they were looking really good. And then when I planted them in the ground, like all of the leaves started to die. And I didn't know why. And I'm like, oh no, have we lost the pepper plants? I mean, the strawberry plants, because I'm sure you guys know to buy them as live plants, it's pretty expensive. So I was really bummed, but then I kept waiting, kept watering. You know, I didn't water that much, but I did water some. And, you know, eventually new leaves started sprouting. And then now they're fine. Now they have little baby strawberries. And so this is the first year I've ever had strawberries. I, in the past, planted some bare roots, but those did not do very well. So now I'm just trying to get some water on these plants. Even though it rained yesterday, I don't think it was enough for them. I'm really excited to see what this garden is going to look like in a few months when I have more big plants. We'll see. I'm not giving it too much water, just enough. And no, I don't have a watering can. I used to have one. It's gone. And that's that. I have some weeds coming up in the garden, in the middle area. Let's see, in these pots are my tomato plants that came from some tomatoes that I just threw in the compost. So I think I'm going to make another video about that one, so keep an eye out for it. My compost potatoes, oops. All right, well, that is it for now. This is what we got going on for June. Super tiny garden, but I can't wait to see what happens.